There are many ways to present your projects, and having the right photos can make or break your portfolio. We'll be creating our PDF version of our portfolio using Adobe InDesign, but you can use any program where you can work with multiple page documents. Believe it or not, you can even build a strong portfolio with Microsoft Word. The first step in creating our PDF portfolio, or any type of portfolio, is organizing and creating our project images and writing your project descriptions. This may differ depending on what industry or type of freelance services you will offer. We want super polished, high-resolution photos that can best represent our various projects to show off to our potential clients. If you're a photographer, then making sure each photo is presented in its final edited format, has the right color correction, and is cropped for high-impact viewing. Let's say you're a UX UI designer, perhaps taking some great screenshots of your final website layouts or designs or mock-ups. You can start to think about best ways to display or tell your UX or UI design process through a series of photos that document your whole process. You also want to think about writing your process in a short, easy-to-digest paragraphs that pair well with the particular photos you choose. Let's say you're a graphic designer. You can apply your final designs onto polished mock-ups. You can find plenty of great Photoshop mock-ups on graphicburger.com. You can even create your own custom mock-ups using a program called Adobe Dimensions, using stock 3D models or importing your own. Also, think about writing up brief statements about your projects, who the client was, so you can give client proper credits and make sure you note which projects are personal projects. If they're personal projects, make sure you include a small line underneath the main project title that says personal work, so clients know it's not paid work. We never want to mislead anyone. Illustrators. You can start to take photos of your work if it's not currently in digital format. You can also apply your patterns to mock-ups as well to make simple pattern projects come to life. You can include stills of your process at work. You can even stage the creation of an illustration to take snapshots of your drawing process if you're a digital illustrator, for example. These little shots add a little value to your static projects. They also add a little bit of character and makes the project feel more real, relevant, and professional. All photos should be high resolution. If they're not, then try to obtain photos of your projects that are. Nothing should be blurry when printed or viewed as a digital PDF on your final portfolio. Written copy should be written in your style, similar to some of the things you've developed in the goals section of the course. Also, get that bio you have written ready. We'll be placing your bio and a bit about yourself in the first 3 pages of the portfolio. Doesn't have to always be on the first page. Lastly, grab a great professional headshot of yourself. We'll be needing this for our online website and when we build profiles on other freelancing websites. Your headshot should be crisp, clean, with great lighting, and also have nice background settings. Headshots need to be properly cropped with your face being the main focal point. Some profile photos can include computers or other equipment necessary for your craft. This is a great way to add a little authenticity to your photos. If you know of an affordable professional photographer, it would not be a bad idea to have them do a small photo shoot to gather some of these professional personal photos and headshots. Now that we gathered everything together, let's talk about strong PDF portfolio building basics. You can download this downloadable resource to read along as I go through this lesson. Try to keep your portfolio short and manageable. Keep it between 3 to 10 pages if possible. You have to continue to capture the viewer, as portfolios that are too long will cause viewer fatigue. Create a cover page that wows. Feature your favorite project on the front cover along with your name, logo, title, contact information. You can create a highlight gallery to highlight multiple projects if you feel like that can tell a better story to the viewer. Craft and tell your story well. You'll want to show more than just static portfolio project photos. You'll want to dedicate at least a half of a page to including a short bio, photo if desired, and maybe a mission statement, headline, or sentence that explains your unique approach, process, style, visions, or goals. You can present this in the first 3 pages of your portfolio, or you can sprinkle a bit about yourself throughout the entire PDF and small snippets between projects. So, do I do horizontal or vertical presentations? Well, either way works. For PDFs that are printed off by your clients or you, portrait or vertical orientation tends to work a little bit better. Do not overwhelm with too many photos or text. This is easier said than done. Sometimes the effectiveness of 1 to 3 well-chosen photos can outweigh the effect of a big gallery page that may contain over 10 photos. Remember to balance out your photos, project descriptions, and testimonials. You will have several pages to display all this information. Feel free to adopt that storytelling narrative approach and show bits and pieces in very planned ways. Create a rough layout for your entire portfolio before adding final photos and text. This really helps if you create a plan for your portfolio. Once you sketch this out, you'll know how many photos you may need or need to create for each project. You'll also know the amount of text space you are dedicating to a particular project or space and how many client testimonials you may need to capture. Switch up your page layouts. This leads to the next tip. As the viewer moves through your pages, sometimes it's nice to switch up the layout to keep things interesting. Try not to use the same presentation or layout for each one of your projects. Doing this may start to make your portfolio look stale. Each project will have its own layout that will work best for its style and the photos that you have. We do this all the time when building websites. Why not have a layout plan for our PDF portfolios? We're going to do that right now together in Adobe InDesign. InDesign is a great multiple page layout program, perfect for magazine layout design, and of course creating that PDF portfolio. You can use any multiple page layout project or program you would like. Adobe Illustrator has the Artboard tool, which allows you to create multiple pages and export them as one PDF file, if you feel more comfortable using Adobe Illustrator. Even Canva, that online cloud-based design tool I've talked about prior, has the ability to build documents with multiple pages, including our online or print PDF portfolio. We're going to first focus on creating our rough page layouts. There are many different layout options and ideas. I included a handful in that downloadable resource for you to take a look as we start to sketch out our rough layout of our PDF portfolio. I'm going to use this as a guide in the next lesson to make some of these page layouts a reality with our chosen project photos for our graphic designer example, Lillian Hernandez.